I hit the button, it says going live, and now it says I'm live. So what's up to those that are here? I see Mama Z. 4 Kids in a Farm was here like an hour ago, over an hour ago. That was way early. That's awesome though. And then we got Wide Family Farm, Riley Homestead, Tambra Duggar, Mama Z. Going to be listening while I drive to get my boys from the basketball game. Yay! Was it like a practice game or a competition game? And how did they do? I have a cousin who's like, I don't know, he's like 10 and he's like freaking 8 feet tall or something. And he just won or got qualified for state for wrestling or something. So that's kind of cool. Davis Family Farm, hello. Hartley, Homestead, Michigan. I bet you guys are cold. Am I sub to you? I'm going to go. Well, I'll check after this because it's not letting me do it from this particular screen. But I will check and see if I'm sub to you. His Way Homestead, hello. His Way Homestead, every time we run into each other, we're like always exclamation point excited. I think it's cute. Even the Sparrow. Stringfield, yay. I have to put out a video tomorrow about your book thing before the books get delivered. So I have all the film done. I just got to put it together. So that's on my docket tomorrow. Well, I say that. We weren't going to have electricity for a couple hours tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow night I'll have a video out about your book exchange and our prize that we won. So that'll come out tomorrow. Move North Homestead. Hey, I saw that you got your channel reviewed at Two Family tonight. That's cool. I was nervous when I got my channel reviewed by them because I was like, well, I'm new and still learning what I'm doing, but it did all right, I guess. Definitely have improvements I can do. Samson Farms, hello. Rich Life, what is up, my friend? I'm always so excited when you're here. What number are you at now, by the way? Because last I saw you were at like, she's reading the 900s last time I saw. Are you at 1,000 yet? I haven't really had time to watch as many channels this week because we've had a lot going on. So I'm still getting caught up. J-Love, hello. J-Love, you totally like hit my geek button with your garden planting video that you put out recently. I told Donna, I was like, why do we have so much graph paper. Why do we not plan out what we're actually planting? It's probably easier than using spreadsheets, which is what I do now. Christy Betts, hello. Farmer Brad, hey, how are you? Farmer Brad, are you going to be at HOA this year? I don't remember. I know you were last year. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up when you come in, just to get it out of the way. You don't have to think about it the rest of the evening. Pizza Low Homestead, hey. Are you having a live tomorrow, Pete? Because I know you had internet troubles last week. You'll be a vendor or volunteer? Okay. Yeah, we've already got our tickets, so we're going. I just don't know the schedule yet and who else is going to be there and vending and stuff. So hey, Stacy. 989. Goodness. That is awesome. And that is quick. I need to well, I mean, I'm having pretty steady growth for me from being such a itty bitty channel. Stacy Ledbetter is the other part of Yellow Rose Homestead, by the way. And can I talk about your good news so that we can all share your good news? Am I familiar with John 𝙒𝘃𝙔𝙎 Farm Marketing Solutions? It sounds familiar, but I'm not as familiar with it as I probably should be, considering I'm in marketing. So are you suggesting I check it out? Because it sounds like something I would geek out on. So Stacy and Samson, so they both have good news, and I'll share the good news because I like sharing people's good news. Stacy is from Yellow Rose Homestead, and they are the couple that are driving all over the country, driving big rigs so that they can afford to buy their property. Well, they found the property and they got a contract, and I've seen it through pictures. It's actually only about 35 minutes from Donald's family when we go to visit them in Texas. So I'm really excited for them. And it's going to be like our home away from home. And now they just got to get all the paperwork and financial stuff out of the way, and they will finally have land to start their homestead. And maybe they won't both have to be truck drivers anymore. I think that is so exciting. Hey, from Minute Homestead, always good to see you. I'm behind on watching your videos. I still need to watch your asparagus. And then I saw you came out with red onions, and I'm like, oh, this sounds so good. Closing March 23rd. That's exciting. Oh, I'm sorry I moved north. But thank you for coming in. It's always appreciated. Samson Farms' good news is that he is given the opportunity to upgrade his home. You've probably seen the GoFundMe that I've been posting around in some of the small YouTube homesteaders Facebook groups. And the previous owners and the bank have agreed to the switch where he would take over the mortgage. So it's a major upgrade for his family to live in a better home and, of course, increase their land. So I'm really excited for them as well. StreamYard and dual screen. Yeah, I could sing. I have my guitar here just in case, but I always worry that, like, people don't really come here to hear me sing or think I'm just here to sing or something. So I'm like, I always weigh, like, should I sing every week? Should I sing occasionally? Should I sing at all? Who's going to the event in Searcy? I would love to, but I just dropped $700 on Donald's car to fix it because his brakes were bad, and his tires were bad, and the brakes were like grinding bad. So that was priority right now. And we didn't really have the money to do it. We figured it out. And then we had the house fire on Saturday. So I'm dropping another $1,000 on getting the electricity replaced tomorrow, which is why I'll be offline for a couple hours while they fix that. So I'm not going to have the money for the shindig this year. I would love to. What else am I missing? I think I got hair on my face. I have these weird hairs and stuff everywhere. Red onions was disappointing when I went to Wendy's for the first time and I got no red onion on my burger. Yeah, I used to hate onions as a kid, and I hated the texture, but now I just love them. I love them on everything. What else am I missing? To family. Did I say hi to you earlier? I'm sorry if I didn't. I meant to. Making lemonade from lemon, Shayla. Oh, I have to do something really quick since Shayla's here. Here's your bell. So now you can say you came with bells on. Naturally Unsee, hello. Just an onion sandwich. I don't know if I could do just an onion sandwich. I think I would have to have like meat with it. Oh, hey, Papa Z. And see, lemons. So we got Papa Z, Mama Z, all the Z's. Am I going to sing? I can sing. I guess I'll get out my guitar if nothing else, and then we'll see how things go. Onion and cucumber. Now, do you put that on a sandwich? Because that sounds good. I've seen people do like cucumber sandwiches where they put like a little bit of mayonnaise. That sounds really good. And I do homemade mayonnaise. And I have a video for homemade mayonnaise. Onion sandwiches all the time. See, I have never heard of this phenomenon. I feel like maybe I've been missing out my whole life. If onion sandwiches are a thing and I didn't know it. What do I like to play? I play a lot of different stuff. Like I'll play some classic rock. I've played some modern stuff, like Green Day, Stained. I would love to know more bluegrass. I would love to know more like outlaw country. What I wanted to sing growing up was music like Alice in Chains. Like I was big into grunge because it was the 90s. I mean, I was huge into like White Zombie and Soundgarden and all of those. So it's considered heart healthy. Onion sandwiches are. It doesn't surprise me. Onions have a lot of medicinal properties that I didn't realize it had. Like Jess from Roots and Refuge recently put out a video about an onion poultice you put on your chest if you have a cough. I would have never thought to do that. M.I. Gardner actually put out a video. I don't know when it was put out. Naturally NC's the one that linked it to me on Marco, but it was an intensive way to grow onions where he put like, I don't know if it was like 700 onions in one little 6-pack thingy. And then they grow up in, you don't grow them like to full size or whatever, but you grow them to the point where then you can transplant them outside and it's just in that small space. I actually think I'm going to try that this year if I have enough onion seeds, which I should. You know, I'm really going to have to try this onion sandwich thing now. As a kid in Maryland, I grew up eating mayonnaise and Old Bay sandwiches if I had to come home and I didn't have anything to eat. So that was my thing. So who's going to make a video on onion sandwiches for their channel? Because now I'm curious. Johnny Cash. I like how Jennifer's just spitting out music for me to play. I only did one Johnny Cash song though. I think I played it the other week. I guess I'm about to start learning new songs for you guys. Eat a medallion like an apple. There's a video of a little girl that's eating an onion like an apple, and she's like, her eyes are all teary and she's just like snorting, and she's got to be like 2 or 3. Have you guys seen that video? And she's just continuing to eat it, and it's the cutest thing. Yeah, you guys haven't been able to sit and watch it live because you're always on the road, so that's kind of nice. So Jennifer from Davis Family Farm said Skinner and Johnny Cash. So we'll do some Johnny Cash first. The Skinner that I know is a bit loud, but I might try it. Little girl thinks this big hunk of cheese is cake. I have not seen that one, but I bet that is funny. Hear the train coming, it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, and I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on. born in Westminster, by the way. That train, it keeps rolling on down to San Antone. And I was just a baby, and my mama told me, son, always be a good boy and don't ever play with guns. And I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And I hear the whistle blowing. Well, I hang my head and cry. I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. And I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. Those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if that river train was mine, I bet I'd move it all a little further down the line. And I'm far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. Yeah, yeah, and I let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Thanks, guys. Let me see what I missed. I was trying to watch at the same time, and then I was like, well, I'm going to mess myself up. So I think I did in that one part there. I'm like, wait a minute. What's the next line? Seed start question for those more experienced. Do you turn off the grow lights at night or leave them on? I turn mine off at night, but I think that when seeds first come up, they're supposed to get more light than just like 8 hours. But yeah, we'll do like 10 hours and then we'll turn it off when they're on the seed shelf. Now, if it's just seeds, then I don't turn the lights on at all. Just heat, because it's what you need, like 50 degrees or higher in order for a lot of the seeds to germinate. Let's see what else I missed. Never play with guns. I hear you guys singing through text. I hear it. I hears it. Listen to her all night while sipping a drink. Thank you. What would you drink, though? Ozark Mountain Goats, hello. I'm obsessed with your baby goats, by the way. I've been wanting baby goats forever. And I forget her name. It starts with an M, your new baby goat. America's Got Talent. I don't know that America's Got Talent is looking for my type of music or look. I think that as much as I would love, they actually had The Voice here in Baltimore last week, 2 weeks ago. And I thought about going, and a couple of my friends went and tried out and didn't make it. And I thought about it. I was like, it would require being on TV. Why don't they be on YouTube? Maya. Yes, Maya, that's right. Been on for a couple of days. All the plants are doing good. Just turned off the one. Yeah, 2 nights ago I had to reseed everything except for the collards. And a lot of my cabbage is still messed up because when we had the fire on Saturday, we had no heat and they were in the basement. There wasn't much I could do about it. So we did lose a lot. My cabbages are really long and leggy and falling over, so I may have to replant those. I'm going to transplant them tomorrow, I think, because the electricity guy is coming at 8 a.m. to fix the electric. And I'll probably just do stuff around the farm while that's going on. But then our house won't be a fire hazard, so that's good. Need to try Texas whiskey. Is there a brand that's Texas whiskey? I'll tell you what whiskey I like is American Honey because it's sweet. I liked Jack Daniels in high school, but I think that was just because it was a dare and I was a little rebellious. But now I prefer American Honey. Yeah, we had a fire. I have a video that came out Sunday, I think, about it. The electric box caught fire. And there's a picture, too, on my Facebook. And actually, there's a picture on our Instagram, too, at Copper Kettle Farms on Instagram. And our Facebook, I think. The whole top of the electrical box was just rolling flames. And Donald went down first because we were sitting here, we were getting to watch a movie. He was right here. And we started smelling some smoke. We're thinking it's the fire because we had just put some cardboard in there, like the wood stove. And then we heard this loud boom. And it sounded like it was right outside the wall here to the outdoors. So he goes downstairs and he says, it's just rolling flames outside the electrical box. And he's like, do we have any fire extinguishers that can do electricity? And I'm like, I think so. I went upstairs. I'm running up and downstairs like 2 or 3 times trying to gather all the fire extinguishers we have. 2 of them don't have any charges. 1 of them did. And it did electric. So that was good. But fortunately, it went out on its own. But it just burnt all the wires to a crisp. And when I came down, the flames had already subsided. Donald's like, I'm like, well, what were you doing? He's like, I was blowing on it. I'm like, blowing on the electrical fire? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh. So it went out. And then we had my cousin come over and take a look at it because he's an electrician. And he's like, this is not safe. Like, you've got to get this replaced. And we think it was the dryer that caused it. So we've gotten rid of the dryer. We got a different one. And now we're just getting it replaced. I had to get my insurance to approve it first. So they've approved it. The guy's coming tomorrow. Fortunately, we have USAA, which is like a military insurance or a military family insurance, and they treat us very good. They took care of us when a tree fell on our house years ago and this. So it was scary though. Like, our smoke alarms weren't working. Luckily, we were awake. That's the thing. If we were asleep, you hear about it all the time. Samson, I don't know that anybody believes you when you say stuff like that. So, yeah, how is your sheep doing, Samson? I was going to ask you about that, how you guys are treating that wound and stuff. I don't know if you guys saw Samson's, one of his latest videos, but he had a dog attack their sheep, and it was a bloody mess. Like, I would be devastated. Hey, Simple Life with Chris and Tara. I need to go back and make sure I'm not missing anybody. I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I apologize, and I will catch you when I see you come up in the chat again. Princess Lillian's Gardens. Hello, hello. Princess Lillian. Where does that name come from? That's an interesting name, too. Trying to remember what videos everybody's come out with recently. Any more problems with the dogs? Okay. Ryan says, just bought new smoke alarms a couple weeks ago. I didn't realize those things need to be replaced after 10 years. They were like 15 years old. Yeah, I think ours were at least that age as well, because I think the ones we had were from the previous owners, and we've been in here for 12 years. So we have all new ones now. We've had donations of fire extinguishers, or not fire extinguishers, fire alarms, smoke alarms. So we're going to put one in every bedroom, basement, living room, hallway. And I think that'll be all of them. And I want to get a carbon monoxide detector. I don't have one of those yet. So that's on the list. You were from Boonesboro. Yeah, that's not far away at all. That's west of Frederick. And right now we're north of Frederick in Gettysburg. And then Westminster was east of Frederick. So Boonesboro is pretty. She's alive but not mobile. She's eating and drinking, but she's old. That sucks. I want to come and take care of your sheep. I wish I could come take care of your sheep. I worry about our goats. Honestly, we have some coyotes around. I told Donald I would love to have a locking barn, but I don't have the ability to have a locking barn right now. So they have an open air. It's a house for them, but protection wise, I would prefer an open or a locking barn. So maybe I can convince him to give me one or build me one. Even the one that we have for the chickens is great because it locks. It has a door that locks, and I'd love to have that for the goats. Fortunately, I haven't had any issues with the coyotes yet myself. I do have electric fencing. We have a premier one around them and the chickens together. We have one that's goat specific in between the chickens and the goats so that the chickens can get through to get water, but the goats can't get through and eat the chicken feed. The chickens just go right through the goat fence. So that works out well. And because it's long, it kind of doubles around the goat side. So I feel better about that. But we put a lot of hay in there, and I feel like the hay piles up at the bottom of the Premier One fencing and shorts it out. So Donald's going to try to put, like if you've seen any of our videos where we talk about our chicken composting system, we're going to layer some wood where we have the fencing to help block some of that hay from just butting up against the fence and piling up. And maybe that'll help stop it from shorting out. We were going to try to fork it out of there yesterday, but then it was raining. So that might be a chore we do tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be cold, but if we can fork it out tomorrow while the electricity's out, that would be better. Hey, Homestead Odyssey. Thank you for stopping by. May that bring me all the luck that you've had. I'm still waiting for your lottery ticket. Homestead Odyssey is a channel that I recently started following. Her name's Crystal as well. They did our 10 questions for homesteaders video, and they're working on their new logo, which looks pretty swank. So I'm looking for that to come out soon. I tell you what was the chat? We were all at a live. It was Making Lemonade from Lemons live the other night. We were on her live, and it was just like, there were like 5 crystals in the live. It was great. We were taking over. Yes, do the 10 questions. I actually have a couple. I add everyone I see to the list, and then I'll know if I watched them because after I watch it, I'll like it and leave a comment on every single one. So the ones that I haven't liked or commented yet, I know I got to watch. And Donald and I actually like to watch them together, so I wait for when he's home and available. A lot of times we'll watch it late at night or in the morning. So if you put it out, we'll definitely watch it. I know Papa, he did it recently, which was really cool. Yeah, the crystal takeover. Oh, Cooper Family Farm. Yes, I did watch theirs. Sometimes I call them Copper as well. I'm telling you, if Homestead Odyssey comes to one of these things, I'm shaking her hand, and then I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket because I'll be blessed with the crystal energy. You know, all our powers combined, all these crystals, I'm just saying, save the planet. And then you were on Two Families last night when they were doing the channel reviews, right? No, not channel reviews. They were interviewing somebody and doing a giveaway, and you won that or something. You know, with our powers combined. Yeah, doing any kind of chats on the phone. It's hard to tag people. I wish YouTube would update their app to allow to do like a pop-up. You start typing the name and it pops up the name. It'd be so much easier. I'm sure that they will. They just haven't yet. As far as plans that Donald and I had this weekend, obviously the electricity is being replaced tomorrow. We're going to do, we got Peeps. I don't know if you watched the video I put out yesterday where Donald was like racing the goats and wearing himself out. But we got Peeps, and we're going to get meat chicken soon. So we have to clean out one of the coops that we have for them, and find a place to put it. So that's on the docket. I don't know if that'll be tomorrow. Is there like Is that like the move Heathers? Christie's? Is that movie? Is there a movie called Heathers? The same problem. By the time I send my comment, the conversation has moved on. I'm sorry. I will make sure that I'm trying not to miss any conversations. Talking about giveaways, trivia type giveaways. I'm not good at the trivia type giveaways because I feel like we have so much room to store stuff in our brains. To remember all kinds of little facts about each channel is difficult for me. So for our giveaways, and if we do get to 500 by my birthday in April, which I think we will if we keep this pace, we'll do another giveaway. But I think I'd rather just do the random chance, simply because I don't expect people to know my goats' names and stuff. They've got all kinds of channels they're watching. Bacon is always good. Ooh, did I miss a conversation about bacon? I'm not a crystal, but I am bacon. Did you guys ever play that game, 6 Degrees or Separation from Kevin Bacon or something? Donald and I play it. He always wins. And he always wins because of this movie called Flatliners. That movie should be taken out of the game. Talking about being on the phone for live. See the convoy moved on without me. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I hope I get to 500. If I don't, I'm having fun. I really like doing the channels. And I had people tell me years ago, like, all the stuff that always happens in my life, they're like, your life should be a sitcom. So now I get my own little YouTube sitcom. And this week has been a little stressful. The car breaking down Thursday, the house fire Sunday. I had a friend die last night from a heart attack. I'm trying to remember what else. I thought there was another thing. I've got a harassment issue going on that I'm helping deal with. But I thought there was another thing that was kind of shitty this weekend or this week. Maybe I blocked it out. You were given an 80-foot hoop house. I did hear that. 16 more to go. 16 more for Serenity Meadow Permaculture. Hello. I like that name. Food Farmers Permaculture. Hello. Thank you for your comment on my video about that plant identification app. I have another app that I'm going to review because one of the things that I mentioned in my Vision 2020 video, which was the collaboration started by rural Amethyst Acres, is we want to start organizing our books because we'll end up at TSC and see a book we want. And I'm like, but do we already have it? I don't remember. So sometimes we'll buy it and we'll have that book already, or we don't buy it and we didn't have it. So it's a library app for your phone that you can export books into a spreadsheet if you need to, import it into somebody else's phone, like if you share a library with your spouse or whatever. But you can even scan a book and it automatically pulls all the data and stores it, grabs the image of it in your phone app. And if you scan that same book again, like you're at TSC and you scan it and it says you already have this book, then you know. And it's also good. What got me thinking about it is with the house fire, one of the things that they talk about that, well, I guess not everybody knows, is that if you don't have a record of your belongings, oh yeah, this is Carrots Love Tomatoes, a good companion planning book that we were just gifted by Yellow Rose Homestead. I heard really good things about this book. So we just got it last night. So I haven't read it yet, but going back to that app, if you don't have a list of your books or your items for your insurance purposes, then you may not get that fully covered. Like you have your general dwelling, but one of the things I want to work on is, all right, what's actually valuable that I have? Just take a picture of it with my phone and store it somewhere, or put it in a library app and store it somewhere. And that way you can have that information for the insurance company. So that's why I'm starting getting into that thing. Where did I? Stacy, you know where I got that book. The Mindful Homestead. Hello. I'm going back and catching up. Susan Gachi, let me know when you get your books. They should be here shortly. I'm going to put out a video that talks about those books that I'm sending you, by the way, tomorrow, probably in the evening. You have to close the live chat and then hit the thumbs up. Yeah, if you exit the live, if you're on your phone, there's a little X on the top right that lets you close the chat portion, and then you can thumbs up, and then there's a chat box in the middle that opens it back up. Now, when you open it back up, it opens up the top chat version, which doesn't always show everybody's chat, so you have to hit the little filter lines towards the right to go to live chat instead of top chat. I can talk, I swear. Thanks, Food Forest Permaculture. Take lots of pictures. Yes. I plan to go through, and you can do video too. Like if you don't want to just take a bunch of pictures, just take a video walking through and showing all of your items. It's not like I have a lot of items that's worth anything. Like even my TV is kind of old. It's a flat screen, but maybe my guns and my books are precious, my guitar, things like that. But there's not a lot that I own that's worth anything, but it still adds up. Another book that I was gifted, The Zero Waste Lifestyle. 2 of these actually, Zero Waste Home. Because one thing I'm very passionate about is removing waste from the landfill, which is why we compost. And Donald being in wastewater and seeing all the things that get flushed down the toilet, which the top 3 things he said are flushed down the toilet are tampons, condoms, and baby wipes. And you'd be surprised how much money is flushed down the toilet, because I assume it's like a drug flush or something. Someone's getting busted. But Donald himself, like all the guys, they'll pull it out and disinfect it and clean it. And then it goes back into circulation. So the money that you have in your pocket right now may be poop money or crack money if it was in a stripper's butt. So there's that. Hey, Rural Amethyst Acres. I was just talking about your Vision 2020 collaboration. And did I miss anybody else? I think not. Rustic Traditions. And then the last book I got as a gift was The Frugal Homesteader. I actually heard about this one at HOA. I think someone was there. John Moody was there. John Moody was at HOA. Who else was there? They would know. I think John Moody was there, and he had a copy with him that people could look at, but he didn't have copies to sell. So I never got to pick it up, but I've been wanting this. So The Frugal Homesteader, I'm going to read this. Maybe I'll give you guys a review on it, but I'm pretty psyched about this book because we all like to save money. I think that's part of why a lot of us get into homesteading, is to not only save money and be self-sufficient. When you want to launder money and put your dishwasher, but your dishwasher's full, that's gross. Also, if anybody's read any of these books, let me know if they're any good. I think that, from what I understand, they're all pretty good. I'm really excited about that. I forget where I heard about this one. I know it was on a YouTuber's channel. The Carrots Love Tomatoes book. Was the Stivers talking about this one? Because they did a thing recently. It might have been them. They did a video recently talking about their top 10 homesteader books. This might have been one of them. But maybe not. That's actually a pretty good idea for a collaboration that I think someone should do, is your top 10 homesteader books. Nathan, you did one recently, right? Yeah, homesteading can be expensive. And one of the things that I wouldn't mind doing is getting some of us together to do videos on how to save money. Like the windows we got for making our greenhouse. I just get them for free, like stuff like that. I think people would like to know. are? Awesome. I actually used to blog on a financial blog. I think finance is obviously an important topic for homesteading in general. It's also very sensitive. Sorry I wasn't on your live. Were you this morning that you were live, Food Farmers Permaculture? Or I wasn't able to get on it. We were running around a lot today. If you need to buy stuff from Lowe's, go to Kroger and buy Lowe's gift cards and you get money off your gas. Now see, that is an awesome tip. And if you're former military, you go to Lowe's, you get 10% off anyway, which Donald is. Now here's a question for you. I haven't been able to get a straight answer on this. And if I know there's a lot of former military in here, I know Samson Farms is one. So Donald's former Army. He's an Army veteran. And we don't take any advantage of any veteran benefits at all. No commissary, no military discounts, anything. Where do I need to start to find the information that he needs to do that? Does he need like a card? Does he need to register somewhere? What do I need to do? Because he's not going to do it because he doesn't think about that stuff. I would like to do it for him. But where do I go? Someone help me, please. Making lemonade from lemons. I know you're a veteran too. Someone's got to have this information. Cat card. No, he's not disabled. He's just doesn't think about it, I guess. He served 8 years. Military ID. Well, he does. I don't know that he has his military ID. That's the thing. How do they? I mean, I assume they have a database. Closest base. All right. So I need to find a closest base and get him to get an ID. And yeah, I used to have a spouse ID with my first husband. So I guess I should get one too for commissary stuff and all that. Oh, cat card is military. See, I'm not former military. I'm not familiar with it. I was a Navy wife for several years, so I was semi-familiar with it. But that was like forever ago. Like, I thought it would be nice, because this isn't where we plan to permanently settle. We'd like to get like quite a few acres at some point in our lives, you know, for a VA loan instead of using FHA, which is what I used to buy this house when I was 28. So. And I assume someone at the base can help us, right? Like if I have a friend that's National Guard, maybe he can help me figure out where to start or whatever, but I assume they would help. All you'll need for that is DD214. Okay. Does your state put veteran on your license? I don't know. Pennsylvania might. Hey, Simply Jan. How are you doing? To prove his enlistment, honorable discharge. Okay. I know he was honorably discharged. I don't remember what year he was. I want to say 2006 is when he was discharged or left or whatever. So, and I know he had like the GI Bill. I know there's like a time limit on that. He never used any of that. I would love for him to use that now if it were possible, because one of the things that he needs in order to get any kind of additional leadership at work is some sort of degree. So I was thinking like a business administration would be good for him, or environmental science, which goes well with wastewater and with what we're trying to do on the farm. But I think he's past that time frame for that. 2006 till what is it now? I think that's too long, right? See it his way. I can't wait to see your video. That's awesome. Hey, TNS and Dragonflies Farm. How are you? Message you on Facebook. Okay. I will message. 10 years after discharge. That's what I thought. So he would have had to use that by 2016. So he could have used it when we were together, but Or is it 15? Is it? So that means he would have a year. Right? You know, I'm going to have to do this sooner than later then, I think, just to figure out what he's got going on. Oh, sometimes I just strum chords. I was doing a little bit of landslide earlier. This was landslide. It's one of the few ones that I can actually just strum. Took this love and I took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around. And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills where the landslide brought me down. It's a good song. I'm trying to think what else I can strum. I do that one Civil War song from Cold Mountain, which I think I sang on, I don't know if I did that one last week, but I think I'm up too high. I think it's only here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I played a Dixie Chicks song last week, actually. That's the favorite one my dad likes that I play. Do you remember the scene? Have you seen Cold Mountain, the scene where the local militia, the bad guys, catch the violin player and the mandolin player in the snow, and they start singing that song? This is that song. It's a very sad song. I wish my baby was born and sitting on its papa's knee, and me, poor girl, were dead and gone, and the green grass growing o'er my feet. I ain't ahead, no, never will be, till sweet apple grows on a sour apple tree. But still I hope the time will come when you and I shall be as one. It's a really sad song. I think it's about the death of a child. But a lot of those old Civil War songs were sad. That's one of my favorite movies. I just can't watch the end. But I would love to learn some more bluegrass. I really like bluegrass, and I like a lot of that old Civil War music, and I really like the Marty Robbins style gunfighter ballads. Like I can't sing any yet, but I think there's a songbook out there that's for gunfighter ballads, and I really, really want to get that and see if I can learn some, like well, Marty Robbins specifically, but Gene Autry, love Gene Autry. Big Iron on His Hip. I love that song. Even the Riders in the Sky song, not Riders in the Sky. Yeah, Riders in the Sky song that Gene Autry made famous. That song was written by a cowboy it was like an old John Ford Western that was being filmed. And there was a cowboy that was there for like support for the actors in the movie and showing people around and stuff like that. And at night they would sit around like a bonfire or something and have their coffee and strum and play music. And that guy played that song, Riders in the Sky. And they loved it and used it and made it famous. Gotta go to sleep. I need 5 hours sleep last night. Sleep Well, Move North, thank you for coming back. I'm glad your phone refreshing fixed the issue. And I will be catching up on everybody's videos this week or this weekend, now that things are starting to settle, finally. Thank you for Food Forest. Are you going live in the morning on Sunday, Food Forest? Because I kind of want to see what you got going on. I know you're usually live on Sunday mornings. Do I know 𝙎𝙬𝙊𝙎? I do not. Stacy, you're so goofy. Girl crush. I will be there, Food Forest Permaculture. Thank you for stopping by. I let your lives are so educational because you're always going about tips about random plant stuff that I don't even think about, and I love it. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that knowledge. I think that's important. Oh, thank you, he said. Although we can play something a little bit more peppy. What do I know that's peppy? Court. Court's laying by the wood stove. He doesn't have interest in the live right now. I mean, Wagon Wheel's sort of peppy. This one's a little loud though. It's all the same. Nothing needs to change every day. It seems we're wasting away. Another place where the faces are so cold. Drive all night just to get back home. Well, I'm a cowboy. I'm on a steel horse I ride, and I'm wanted, dead or alive, and I'm wanted, dead or alive. Sometimes I sleep, sometimes it's not the days. The people I meet always go separate ways. Sometimes you tell the day by the bottle that you drink. Times you're alone, and all you do is think. Well, I'm a cowboy, and on a steel horse I ride, and I'm wanted, dead or alive, and I'm wanted, dead or alive. There we go. That one's really loud though. But that's one I know that's upbeat. Kevin Bacon. Kevin. Hey, 4 kids and a farm. You were here really, really earlier. Let's see, what am I missing? I play a little to myself and sing like a frog in the swamp. You need a campfire? I can't wait for it to be more campfire weather. I mean, I guess you could now and be warm outside, but who wants to be outside in the cold? I do. I haven't heard 𝙎𝙊𝘆 sing yet. 𝙎𝙊𝘆, I'm calling you out. When am I going to have the pleasure of hearing you sing? I'm just waiting. Marco it. I'm just waiting. Have your grandbaby dancing? Oh. How old is your grandbaby? I know we're at our 5-minute mark that we'll have to start shutting things down. But did anybody have any questions or anything that they wanted to discuss? I know that there will be a Thursday in March that Donald will be here for the live because he's taking off that day for a garden club thing. So he will get to do a live then. There are rumors that his schedule may switch again in April. So it will depend on when that is, if he can be on the lives again. So we shall see. You just market it? Awesome. Yeah, I haven't been able to look at my phone, so I'm going to check on things after the live and see. Oh, wow, I got 30 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. I sang on a video on Halloween if you want to hear this old frog in the swamp sing some blues. Absolutely. You know, I'm sure that somebody told, who am I thinking of? There's a lot of old blues players, but there's one that's got like a deep, raspy voice. He sang La Vie en Rose. Who is that? Who am I thinking of? Like that really throaty voice. But honestly, I like that stuff. Like my voice is not a pretty voice. If you've ever heard like Royal Amethyst Acres sing, she's got just this very elegant voice. And it's very pretty. And she can even do like a little jazz to her voice. I don't have a pretty voice. It's not smooth. And so I tend to lean towards like the more bluesy, bluegrass, roughneck, Janis Joplin style music. I wish I had like a cleaner, smoother voice, but Leonard Cohen. I don't know if that's the name I'm thinking of for La Vie en Rose. But I can't think of the name. But I'll look it up later. But he's got like a really throaty voice. I love it. As long as people are having fun and enjoying music, music is also a very personal thing. So, my dad, I need to get my dad on my channel. He's so funny. Like he'll sit here. I taught him how to use the Alexa that's right here. Oh, she heard me. Alexa, go sleep. And I taught him how to use it to play like his music and stuff. And so I'll sit here, or I'll be upstairs and I'll hear him turn Alexa on and ask to play like Grandpa Jones or Elvis. And he just sings away because it makes you feel good. Yeah, I do like both raspy and gorgeous. It just sometimes you wish you had, you know, that smooth tone to things, and I don't. And that's fine. I just have a different style. It's probably why I liked a lot of metal growing up as a kid. For those of you on my friends list, like my personal friends list, I posted a picture of my bedroom in high school. And I was such a grunge metalhead in high school. So you get to see like all the posters and stuff I had on the wall. But that's what I was into. I liked a lot of metal in high school. Everybody thumbs up and everybody sub. A new friend. Yes. Sub somebody. Since we're on our last 2 minutes, I usually try to plug a channel. And there's so many I want to plug. So if I don't plug you this week, I definitely probably have intentions to plug you next week. But I want to plug Yellow Rose Homestead. And I want to plug them because I know they're going to be putting out some videos in the next week because they're home for a week from driving. And because they got the new property and to see the progress. If you want to see the very beginnings of a homestead form, which to me is very exciting, then I think watching Yellow Rose Homestead, their channel, is going to be exciting for everybody because you'll be able to see that process. Like they literally just got the contract. They're buying or getting the loan and all the paperwork's done as far as I know. So you'll get to see that. You'll get to see the very beginnings of a homestead. And that's so exciting. And I want us to all be able to support them on their journey because I will be watching. So Yellow Rose Homestead. And they're the ones, if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, they're the ones that gave us the turd herder cup for Donald because that's his nickname because he's in wastewater, is a turd herder. So yes, thank you, Making Lemonades for Lemons. There's their channel. Go and sub. All of my moderators here, feel free to sub them. They put a lot of work to take time out of their day to support channels. And it's always, I feel like it's kind of not necessarily overlooked, but I don't want to overlook that these moderators take their time out of the day to be here and make sure I'm protected during the live. So if all the moderators just want to say what's up, you see all the blue, check them out. They spent time to be here. And, you know, check out people that are in the chat too. I mean, you guys took time to be here, and I really appreciate that support. So I'm always, when I'm in people's lives, I'm always checking out channels that I don't recognize and subbing to them and stuff. So you make some good friends that way. That's how I met Homestead Odyssey. I think I just randomly subbed her from a chat, and now she's like the other Crystal with lots of luck. So I really like them a lot. So I will start wrapping things up. Not all Samson Farms. He's a troll. Don't sub him. Well, there's that. No, Samson Farms is good. Samson Farms just hit 1,200. Excited for that. I don't know who else had a major milestone recently. I don't remember. There's probably some. But I'm going to wrap this up. If Broussards are still doing their live, feel free to check them out. Tomorrow night, Friday night, we've got Pete's Little Homestead will be live. Stringfield Family Farm will be live. Mother Udder Farm will do a live. I think it's their first. And they were recently on the Homestead Rescue TV show that's airing. I think it aired before my live here tonight. I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was preparing for this. So I'm going to try to find it and watch it. But I'm moderating their live tomorrow night because I actually know them in person. I knew them from years and years ago. And they're going to go on their first live to talk about the show. So it's Mother Udder, like a cow's udder farm. Check them out. And if you want to hang out on their live with me tomorrow, I'll be modding. And we'll just see how the show went for them. They're the ones that, if you don't recognize Mother Udder Farm, that's going to be hard to say. They're the ones that lost everything. Animals, their farm in the California wildfires last year. So that's one of the big deals about their channel. So check them out. Good night, everyone. Tinker's wife, I'm so glad you're here. I love you to death. Loved your dancing video. And I will see you guys next week, hopefully. And in between, I will be at your lives. I will say hello. I will comment on your channels. And I'll see you then. Take care. Mwah. I guess I should hit end first before I do that, just to make it a little bit more dramatic. Here we go. Ready?